75 years ago, a vision was born that would forever change Nigeria's brewing landscape. A bold step that marked the beginning of a remarkable legacy.
So afterwards, what could be better than a Guinness? Rich, dark.
What began with a single brewery in Ikeja quickly evolved into something far greater. From this humble beginning, we didn't just brew drinks, we brewed a future. A future that would resonate across generations, not only in Nigeria, but around the world.
One cannot talk about the corporate history of Nigeria without mentioning the role played by Guinness Nigeria. Guinness Nigeria started as a trading company in 1950, and the success of this venture led to the building of Ikeja factory in 1962.
We have a rich heritage, over 7 decades of proudly Nigerian and producing one of the finest alcoholic beverages and non-alcoholic as well. And we've done this whilst maintaining absolute top quality, compromising nothing in quality and integrity of our products, and of course, having our stakeholders in mind in all that we do.
From the very beginning, we've never just marketed products. We've built lasting relationships that speak to the cultures, values, and spirits of our people. Think of my friend Udeme or Michael Powers. They weren't just ads. They were affirmations of Nigeria's story.
My friend Udeme is a great man.
Over these decades, Guinness Nigeria has evolved into more than just a brand. We have become a national treasure, a trusted friend at family gatherings, a beacon at celebrations, and a steadfast partner in community development. But what truly makes us loved is the breadth of our brands. We've created drinks that show up at every table, every occasion, every moment that matters. Each one crafted with care, grounded in culture, and built on quality. That combination, respecting tradition, championing innovation, and staying authentically Nigerian, is why Guinness Nigeria isn't just relevant, it's deeply loved.
Guinness Nigeria has long understood that true brand strength lies in cultural connection. And as a leading beverage company, we continuously seek authentic ways to engage with diverse traditions that shape Nigeria's identity. We actively support and participate in iconic cultural events across the country, and we have celebrated over the years and preserved local heritage while staying tuned with evolving consumer lifestyles.
If you talk about our people, you have to first of all talk about our culture. Now, we've tried over the years to have a culture that embraces the whole employee. So at Guinness Nigeria, we believe in taking care of the entire or complete individual. So in other words, not just professionally, but even aspects of their personal lives, some of which they wouldn't necessarily want to talk about or bring into the workplace. And that informs the reasons why we have such a generous family leave policy, because we believe family is just as even more important to the employee than work itself. And unless the family part is taken care of, then productivity would be impacted.
We're a business that celebrates life every day, not just through our products, but through our deep connections with communities where we serve. We've engaged communities through festivities like the Ramadan, Durbar, Easter, Christmas, with our very iconic brands. We've also taken deliberate steps to build trust. It shows in the halal certification that we've gotten for our non-alcoholic drinks, ensuring that they meet both cultural and religious standards. So to me, Guinness is more than a workplace. It is a family.
The campaign was Fly with the Eagles. The year was 2013. The moment was African Cup of Nations, hosted then by South Africa. Nothing unites us as a nation like the game of football. This was one of those moments for Nigerians, and Guinness was just at the center of it. On the 28th of February 2013, at the Teslim Balogun National Stadium, the Nigerian national jersey broke the world record as the largest national jersey in the world. It was simply magical. It was truly only Guinness can do.
So, several decades ago, Guinness Nigeria has demonstrated its commitment to the Nigerian society in several ways. Guinness has been intricately woven into the fabric of the Nigerian society for decades. And when we say that, we don't mean it only in words. We are deliberate in focusing on students that are in STEM, science, tech, engineering, and mathematics. But we don't exclude other students. We're also deliberate in having a balanced female representation in the beneficiaries. And more recently, we've even extended this to include persons living with disability to demonstrate our commitment to being a truly diverse and inclusive organization.
Guinness Eye Center is 32 years old. The building started like 5 years before we commenced in 1993. And I would say that the impact of Guinness Nigerian PLC is enormous on this department.
Averagely, in a year, we see not less than 5,000 to 7,000 new patients in Guinness Eye Center. And we operate not less than 1,500 to 2,000 patients annually.
Partnering with Guinness for the past 20 years and above had been a wonderful thing, not just to FRSC as an organization, but to the motoring public and other members of the public. When you look at our crash statistics, the one that has to do with drunk driving had reduced over the years. There was a time Guinness Nigeria donated some breathalyzers to us, which will help in curbing those people, getting them and putting punitive measure where necessary.
We also have a very strong, very well-reputed women empowerment program. We call it Plan W. We focus on women that are vulnerable in the society, widows, single mothers. They are trained over a period of time, and we support them post the training with materials with which to set up their business free of charge.
Over the years, our collaboration with Guinness has helped a lot in changing our process. We have grown from 60 tons now to producing 15,000 tons for a single customer, and to a turnover of 30,000 plus in a year, over 20 billion naira. That means we are able to enlist more farmers. And our activities in terms of capacity building, training them on best practices, because we have to meet the quality standard of Guinness. With that, their yield per hectare has increased, and then their income has increased through the sustained demand we have from Guinness.
You cannot tell the story of Guinness Nigeria without telling the story of our trade partners and distributors. For 75 years, they've been the quiet giants, carrying our legacy from brewery gates to every corner of Nigeria. From Lagos to Enugu to Benin to Kano. They've not only moved our products, they've helped build our brands.
My partnership with Guinness has impacted positively in my life, in my family, and both in my community. Guinness has developed me from a small wholesaler to an international distributor. They have trained us and sent us overseas to see how this distribution is done globally. And we come home to Nigeria to effect it.
Guinness is one of the most important companies we shareholders value in Nigeria. The success of any company depends upon collaboration with shareholders. Indications have shown that this new management are prepared to work with us because we get messages, we talk to them. At the last AGM, we saw them, and we have visited Guinness. Enthusiasm is all over the place. So definitely, we shareholders, we are going to give them sufficient backing and support.
The company Guinness Nigeria PLC has stood the test of time over 70 years and is 75th. All through that time, we've witnessed different ownerships, but the company remains the same. The transition from Diageo majority ownership to Tolerance is a welcome thing for us as a company. So you're looking at a well-structured company and geared up for the future and to be competitive, not just in this environment, but also to export throughout West Africa.
With Tolaram's majority investment, Guinness Nigeria is embracing the opportunity to become more agile, more locally empowered, and more responsive to the evolving needs of the Nigerian consumer. We remain committed to impact through responsible drinking, clean water access, youth empowerment, and inclusive employment. We are not just about evolving, we are building for more opportunities, more innovation, more Nigeria sourcing, more impact, and ultimately more pride in what it means to be part of Guinness Nigeria story, now and for the next 75 years and beyond.
This is more than a milestone. It's a manifesto of grit, of greatness, of Guinness. We've brewed more than iconic drinks. We've stirred a nation's spirit. For 75 years, we've walked boldly through change, through challenge, through triumph.